Hello, Dev community. Happy to reach you via DevLive. We are approaching fast DevTalks Romania 2026. And since we're doing this, we are having and hosting our DevLives with our amazing lineup of speakers this year and also amazing partners. We're happy to welcome Ipsos as gold partner this year at our event. So today I'm excited to welcome our guest, Andrei Postaca, Global CEO of Ipsos Digital Survey Platforms. So a few words before starting our conversation. Andrei is one of the pioneers in online research. So he's dedicating years to proving online panels can support business decision effectively at a fraction of the cost and timing previously needed for offline data collection. So he continues to be at the forefront of the trends in the industry. We're happy to be hosting this conversation with him today. We will be approaching also growth landscape in Ipsos and also what's exciting and innovating now in the company. And also we're looking forward to hear his opinion about how will evolve the scenario in the next period. So welcome, Andrei, and thank you for joining us today.
Thank you very much, Andrea. A pleasure being here.
So can you tell us for the beginning how technology shaped the market research field, since we were moving fast behind pen and paper surveys and now we are in the AI era?
So if I look, so I have been in the industry since 93, 94. And at that time, it was very much a pen and paper industry. But actually, even then, beginning of the 90s, there was the movement towards digitalization. Okay, and there were several companies focusing on automizing the process for telephone interviews, automizing the process for scanning questionnaires, and then step by step going towards CAPI, so computer-aided interviews. So this is, it's an industry that is not in any way new to the digitalization over and over again. Okay, and then in the end of the 90s, beginning of 2000, it was the big revolution towards online, something that really changed the industry, and that has been a huge wave that now we are looking at the AI wave as a natural steps in that direction.
Yeah, that's correct. Maybe this year has been faster than the last ones, but yes, we were talking about the digitalization in companies and implementation of machine learning or AI structures long before this wave. However, we are curious to find out more about the innovations or projects Ipsos is developing or is most excited now to make it public or to talk about it with our audience.
So if we speak about AI per se, first of all, I mean, yes, there is a big discussion about AI right now, but if I look at it from an natural language processing perspective, just understanding text, we have a company in Ipsos called Synthesio that is basically gathering social data, so what people say on the social media, and gathering absolutely enormous amount of text and trying to understand that text, synthesize it based on what people say and which are the trends that are coming, and so on and so on. So from a text perspective, because when we speak about AI, to some extent, we can speak about different types of AI. One is the AI that the LLM is talking about, the text per se, okay, so large language models, but we also look very much on the data, so large data models. Okay, so what patterns can you find in the data? We look a little bit less on what can be done with images, with pictures. Okay, So from our perspective, the two very big trends are within text. How can we understand text in a much more automized and to the next level, but also very much how can we understand data and how can we understand the forecast better, the opinion of the people. Okay, because you were speaking about panels.
Yes.
Panels is a very, very solid way of having access to respondents. But of course, those respondents are never perfect, are never representative. You need a lot of skills to know that the 500 people or the 1,000 people that you interviewed really represent your target audience with everything that means. And in Ipsos, we have had, we have a decent experience in that area. We have more than 30 years experience in really managing panels, everything from initially offline panels to now very much digital panels. And yeah.
Thank you for sharing this with us. Also, for our audience, being and constantly being IT professionals or experienced developers, it's important to find out more about the learning and development across your teams. So can you help us with how do you support learning and development across your teams in Ipsos, maybe to share some processes or best case practices if it's in hand?
So, I mean, first of all, I think that we put a decent amount of tools in place, like Udemy, like internal trainings, a lot of internal specific trainings, either on methodologies and so on. But I think that what is really important, and in general in society, I think this is a problem. Less of a problem with developers, but still a problem, is that we need to accept that we are never fully educated. It is a continuous learning, and this is what we are trying to do, and we're trying to push everybody, not only developers, but absolutely everybody in the company, to have a training path, to have a learning path that we dedicate, for instance, Friday afternoons to learning, to training, to do something that is off work, can still be relevant to what you do in work, but to some extent broaden your views. Do a course in something that might not be perfectly correlated to what you're doing, but still it teaches you something new. And then very much trying to do projects and work together. So also create this learning, but by collaboration between your colleagues, because I think that a lot of learning that we see is from people that have tried things, have seen things, can show it, and can show, I've done this little project here, I've done this solution here, this is how it impacted me, and then take to the next level and learn from it. So I would say it's difficult to say, well, this is our learning path. I mean, it's simple from the perspective that you can always put and say, let's do those courses, and we have something called Ipsos Knowledge Center, Ipsos Training Center, and so on and so on. But at the end of the day, what is important is for people to be curious and try to understand which are their gaps and try to fill those gaps. Or if not, try to understand who has knowledge where I don't have, because that's as important. I don't need to learn everything myself. If I know that you are an expert, you know something, then I can just that actually increases my ability to be productive. So long answer to a very simple question, but that's the logic that we are applying. So training from different levels, more structured learning and training, But then I encourage really a lot people to work together to learn from each other. And I think that knowing that probably 50% of the jobs as we know them today will not exist in 20 years from now, the ability to stay curious, stay nimble, stay focused on learning new things is what will differentiate people.
So in this learning journey, what are some underrated skills that tech professionals should develop today as well?
I don't think that I would say underrated skills, because there are so many skills. It would be unwise for me to start saying that people should learn, I don't know, this language, or should learn infrastructure or not learn infrastructure and so on. I think in general, based on what you are doing, to stay curious and also understand probably the ecosystem. I think to have a shallow understanding of the ecosystem can be very powerful, because if let's say I am a backend developer, not having any proper understanding of front end, or not really caring about the product management role, not caring about the infrastructure, maybe even, okay, can definitely limit my ability to grow. So I think to have, and I can call it a shallow understanding, because you don't need to go too deep, but I think to have this holistic understanding is very powerful. So I wouldn't say one skill is more important than another, but to have this decent holistic understanding, so you know how things fit together and know who is good at what, and then go deeper on what you are good at. And it's a little bit this mentality of strengthen your strengths. If you are good at something, become extremely good. But try to understand the ecosystem that you are living in.
So yeah, this is really valuable. It's a message about being more aware of your colleagues, of the skills you have in the business, of the tools you're surrounded with. So thank you for sharing this.
And now with AI, I mean, it's a good example, because of course most of the developers have embraced AI and use Claude Code, use Copilot Code, and get help from all the LLMs that are out there. And there are tens of thousands of LLMs out there. So of course that there is a big area to be curious and understand niche, small LLMs, to understand niche solutions, and to really think, how can I use it? And of course, not be afraid of it. That would be the biggest
advantage. Yes. So thank you, Andrei, for this conversation. So we are eager to meet Ipsos at DevTalks and join also their keynote on Future of Engineering stage. I think it's a really interesting and catchy title, because they will talk about how the team adopted AI and how they upgraded or no the process in between. So we are eager to meet you. Thank you for partnering with us this year. We are very grateful.
Thank you very much. It's a fantastic opportunity for us as well.
So see you folks at DevTalks. Grab your tickets, and if you already have a ticket, then no worries, your experience is awaiting for you. See you at the largest conference in CE, and if you need something for us, don't hesitate to contact us. Have a great day. Thank you. Thank you, Andrei, as well.
Thank you very much. Have a great day.
And I do believe we're live, and it's still me. It's not Madalina. I took over the live interviews, and I want to thank Bogdan for being here with us. I know you just came down from the main stage, which is ahead of us, behind of you guys. Yeah, thank you so much. I know you might be buzzed from there. You talked about the engineering unplugged and beyond the code. How was that?
Well, it was cool. And Soren, thanks so much for the invite and for the session. I mean, engineering unplugged beyond the code. Everybody speaks about AI, but when I'm talking about AI, most of the people focuses just on how do we ship code faster. But it's not just about shipping code faster. I mean, code is just one wheel in an entire ecosystem. And if you overflow the input to a system, then you break it. So you need to be really focused on considering other moving parts in the entire system, not about only how do we deliver faster and deliver code. It's about how we deliver more value to the clients, to our clients. I think that's what we should be thinking about. And that's how we should make our engineers think about how do we ship faster and better value to our clients, not just faster value.
That's so cool. And I know everything is changing so fast right now. And I've been asking a lot of people from here the same thing. How does LSEG, how does the London Stock Exchange Group actually prepare for all the things that are coming right now and the trends and the future?
Fair questions. Some might be a bit surprised, but although we are operating in a financial services spectrum where things are really regulated, we have access to the latest technology trends. We have buy-in from our senior stakeholders in terms of leveraging the tools to make our lives as engineers easier, but also getting back to my point regarding the topic on the main stage, how deliver more and better value to our customers. So we do see this support across all levels of seniority in our organization. We even have them factored into our annual personal development objectives. We have access to these tools. We are encouraged. We foster a culture of sharing knowledge among ourselves, because you might be using AI in a particular way. I might be using AI in a different way. But if we talk to each other, we might find something even better, or you can learn something from myself, or I can learn something from yourself. That's how we are improving. So brown bags like lunch and learn sessions, really good newsletters, really good presentations, access to tools, and a place to experiment. We are allowed to experiment. And I think this is key for engineers to evolve. Be allowed to experiment. Be in a culture, in the workplace, you are allowed to experiment and develop yourselves.
Yeah, talking especially about this, I mean, what are some underrated skills? Because we talked a little bit earlier in the previous interview, like everyone can give a prompt and get some code from it. But what would be some skills that tech professionals actually need to harness and to have?
There are many. I'm trying to summarize them. So I believe like fundamentals in the tech space, in software development, definitely it's a must. I mean, everybody, as you said, everybody can write a prompt. But you need to have good fundamentals, good tech fundamentals that you can challenge the output of that prompt, because people always, most of the time, forget. AI is starting to build trust with you, and you are trying to trust it more and more and more. And if you don't know the fundamentals, you don't know if that output it's good or it's bad. So that's where fundamentals come in place. The second part is that, okay, fine, it's easy to write a prompt, but that prompt generated something. Is that something bringing value to our users, to our clients, to myself in the end? I need to be able to understand the impact that I'm having with my prompts, with my code, and how that translates into the value for our customers, for our users, and for us as engineers in the end. I think these are the key bits that the engineer should focus on. Continue focusing on the tech fundamentals bit, but also being able to understand the business and the impact that they are having with each prompt or each line of code they are writing.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. And we had this answer or variations of that as well, because people said, good luck trying to debug the code without having the fundamentals. I mean, you can have the code, but in the end, you're still going to need to know the output. And that's all completely true. And people are forgetting this. They think like, yeah, everybody can write code now. Nope.
No, I mean, everybody can write prompts, but not code. Yeah,
that's true. That's all completely true. Cool. And I'm not going to keep you for much longer, but I do have one more question. And how do you see the role of developers evolving in the next decade? This is related to what we talked a little bit earlier.
Yeah, fair. But to be honest, I don't think we're going to have too many developers in the next period. We are shifting. We need to shift the paradigm from developer to engineer. For me, engineer is somebody who solves the problem end to end and owns its output, not something who's just writing some code, moving a task in Jira from left to right, and that's pretty much it. No, an engineer should understand what they are building, why they are building that system or thing, how do they build it, how do they test it, because this is something that we should avoid, starting throwing stuff over the fence. Okay, we have the QA team. No, QAs are also engineers.
Yeah.
We need to foster that mindset into our developers to become engineers, that they are responsible of the quality of the code or of the things that they are shipping. Once it's good enough from a developer and testing perspective, we need to know how to release it, how to put it in production. And once we have it in production, it's our responsibility as engineers to proactively monitor that thing and make sure it actually works, because working on your machine isn't good enough. Good enough is working in production and producing value. That's what a developer should become. Developers become engineers. That's my feeling.
Yeah, so basically have this feeling of ownership towards the whole product.
End-to-end ownership.
Yeah,
that's
not just a bit of the code. That's brilliant. Thank you so much, Bogdan, for being here with us. And thank you, LSEG, London Stock Exchange Group, for doing this year after year and helping us build this community and everything that you've done together with us.
Thank you so much, Sorin. It's been a pleasure.
See you soon.
See you soon. Bye. Cum a fost?
Hi, everyone. We are live from DevTalks 2026. I am here with George Bărbulescu from VCR. Hi, George. Welcome.
Hi, Madalina. Thank you.
We're very happy to have you here. How are you enjoying the event so far?
It was very nice. Yeah, my first experience on a big scene like this. So thank you very much for the opportunity. It was very nice. I had a lot of people interested in our transformation journey from BCR. I have energy, so good moment to have an interview with you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for joining us. We prepared a few questions for you for this discussions. Sure. And maybe if we can start a bit with you telling us a little bit about the story behind VCR and what sets it apart in the tech space.
In the tech space, so yeah, I should mention George. It's similar with my name, couple of differences, but George is our internet banking in BCR. So it's actually not an app, it's an entire ecosystem built around the customer needs. So I'm very happy that I also contribute with some small steps in the let's say ecosystem of George, because I remember back then when they started with only 7 people on group level. Now we are more than 500 working on development of George. So in the back, we are talking about standalone components which are really working very nice together, and this is make it very, very special, because I like it. It's not like I am biased, because I also had some other internet applications, but I really like George and I recommend to everybody to use it. Can I say also something which is not tech, from the tech space?
Yes.
Because we are trying to make financial education with the customer, with the Romanian people. I don't know if you know, but we are on the last place on knowledge about financial education. So BCR started the program right now, and we would like to contribute to learn people what is credit, what is an interest, what is investment, what is pension, and so on, just to be able to advance a bit from this rank, because it's not good for the Romanians to be on the last rank from the class, from the
sounds
financial
really,
education.
really good, George. Tell us a little bit about your own journey and how has it evolved since you joined the company?
My own journey this year. So I think I'm here since 2016. So almost 10 years. I started as a consultant. I was not from the first employee of BCR. And I started with not a successful project. I need to say it, because it's very important what we've learned from that part. It's very important to learn from mistakes. What that project did very good is that a lot of people remain in BCR, myself included, and now we are contributing for our organization success. I started as a data analyst. Then I took data quality team. I was a team lead. Then also the entire data management team with governance, glossaries, data management, and so on. Now I'm leading a full data delivery team, end to end, from data integration in our data platforms, warehouse, lake, Databricks, to business consumptions, because we expose the data in dashboards, machine learning solutions, data deliveries, and so on. So we are 40 people, very happy to work for our business colleagues.
Quite a journey, I must say.
Thank you very much. Yeah, 10 years almost. Yeah. Thank you.
Tell us something about some innovations or projects at BCR that get you very excited.
I will tell you what I've been presented 10 minutes ago, because it's about our transformation journey from legacy data platforms. We have Oracle Data Warehouse and Data Lake to a lake house, which will be in Databricks, which will consolidate all the data in only one place. It's very important for us because we had fragmented reality right now. We have fragmented reality. Couple of data is in Data Warehouse, couple of data in Data Lake. And for us, integration becomes a bottleneck. In order to consolidate the data, takes more time than to deliver insights. So we need to do something. So migration to Databricks, it's very nice project that I have been part of.
That gets you excited. Really.
Yes, I am.
If we come back a little bit to your career, is there some career advice that you wish you had received earlier?
I think this part, what I said before with the mistakes, because somehow we are afraid of mistakes. And it's not that we are afraid of mistakes. We are afraid to get out of the comfort zone and basically make other things and basically prosper somehow. Because and this is a recommendation for leaders, because it's very important to treat your people to not cut their wings. Yeah, to treat your people. Okay, it's good that you tried. We can try again. Mistakes are not failure. We should learn out of mistakes, and this is how we will be able to progress. Because otherwise, everybody will stay in the comfort zone, comfortable, and there cannot be progress out of this way of working, let's say.
Okay, yeah. Okay, interesting. If we come back a little bit to teams and people working, how do you keep teams connected and collaborative? You said you run quite a big team of people. Exactly. So you must have the advice for us.
Yeah, actually, we are following a framework methodology. It's the agile framework, because we are organized in some squads, each squad representing a data product. One's taking about data ingestion, another one's about machine learning models, and so on. We have there every skill that we need: developers, analysts, data scientists, governance specialists, BI developers, and so on. And we are following the methodology, having daily stand-ups, all the agile ceremonies like planning, review, retro, and so on. And I need to say that I really like to be close to my team and to have, from time to time, going out to discuss, to have a beer, why not, and to basically be closer one of another, because I really believe that the social part is very important. In my experience, I'm working better with people that I know. And I know, like, I'm communicating with you right now. Yeah, because on team after the pandemic, it was hard a bit to go back in that mood of going to the desk. Okay, I need you. Please help me. It's important.
And because you yourself career journey and such a transformation, you were telling earlier, what message do you have for junior developers that are here at DevTalks today?
For juniors. Okay, it's a little bit maybe harder for them in this era of AI, agentic AI, and so on. But my kindly advice is to be curious. Please be curious. Try to find out a lot of things. Try to communicate. Try to see the big picture. A tool, for sure, you are experience some tools. It's easy to learn a tool. You can learn also another. But to communicate, to see the big picture, and to be able to collaborate, and to be a trustful person, there are skills that will not be replaced by AI. I can make sure of this.
Super. Thank you so much,
Thank you, Madalina.
It was a pleasure, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the event.
Thank you for the opportunity again.
Bye. Take care. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. We are live from DevTalks 2026. We are here with Madalina Sultan from AdsWiz. Hi, Madalina. How are you?
I'm very fine. Thank you for having me here. It was very exciting to be part of this podcast.
Thank you for joining us. How is the event? How did you find it?
It was very nice. Actually, I'm participating to DevTalks like from the last 5 years or so, and I'm enjoying it a lot. During the recent years, I was just part of the audience, watching the stages and the conferences. This year, I'm also part of the Ediția stand, trying to give more information about the company.
Thank you for joining us for this discussion today. We prepared a few questions for you. And the first one is about the company. Can you tell us a bit about the story behind the Ediția?
Of course. Yeah, Ediția is not a very well known in Romania yet, unfortunately, even if it's a quite old company here. On short, it runs all the technology behind the largest digital audio advertising platform in the world. So it is a global leader in the industry. In very simple words, we are those annoying guys which actually insert ads in your audio stream or maybe in your audio podcast. But the good part is that those ads are really relevant for you because we try to personalize the ads and target the right listener for every product, to say it like this. I was telling that Ediția is quite old in Romania because it started as a startup. Back in 2018, since it was a success, it was acquired by an American company, first by Pandora and then by SiriusXM. Those of you who went to United States might know the name because they are the biggest providers of online radio through satellite. And they have some contracts with all the car providers. So most of the people in the United States who drive and listen to radio are actually connected to our systems and with the ads that are served on those streams. That's the story on short.
For the company. Thank you very much for sharing all that. Can you tell us a little bit about your journey?
About my journey? Yeah, I'm with Ediția for 7 years now. I started as a senior Java developer, specialized in this Java ecosystem, like all the microservices behind. Since 2021, I became the tech lead of my former team. And then I grew in that direction. Currently, I'm an engineering manager for 2 medium teams. One team is running the podcast monetization stack. So all those systems which are very important for podcasts, for inserting ads into the relevant podcasts. And also another team which runs, we call it content delivery, but it's actually the server which gets all the radio streams, insert ads into those, which are relevant for everyone. Like if you have the same online radio listened by 1 million people in the same instance, it might be that all of them get different ads depending on what we know about them. So that's really exciting. And I think this is what I like most about the company, that to me, at the beginning, it seemed like a small domain, like a limited domain, this advertising world, but I figured out that it's actually the opposite. It's very large, it's very diverse, it moves very fast, because even if we talk about podcasts, like we didn't have podcasts maybe in Romania 3 years ago, but now everyone listens to podcasts, everyone watches podcasts today, and it's this comes with a lot of challenges for every engineering, right? Because we talk about performance, about scale, about security, and these are all the hot topics we hear here at DevTalks on all the stages, and all the engineers considers these the really hard topics that are actually exciting for them.
Okay, thank you.
So it's still exciting for me. And even if I mainly do delivery management today, I'm still trying to stay close to my roots and still write some Java code today with agents. And so I'm still part of the developers, let's say.
It does sound like a lot and challenging and fast-moving from what you say.
It is, yeah.
I don't know, how do you work? Is it a remote or a hybrid setting? And the question is actually, how do you keep people connected and help teams collaborate?
Yeah, good question. This is actually the most asked question this year at DevTalks. Are you hybrid or are you remote? So before the pandemic, of course, we were working just from the office. We have the biggest technology hub here in Bucharest. We were forced back in 2020 to move online, everyone. And I'm saying we were forced because it was really a very nice experience in the office. We had a lot of team events. The atmosphere was very nice. So we had to go with Zoom meetings. Since it was okay, the company started to spread outside Bucharest. So we started hiring in Iași, Craiova, Brașov, Cluj, so all the other big cities from the countries. And we kind of stay like this. The employees which are based in Bucharest are currently working in a hybrid way, which means being in the office like 2 or 3 days a week. But since most of the teams still have remote colleagues, we still use Zoom, like for all the meetings. We still hear that famous phrase like "you are on mute," even if we are in 2026, and it's working fine. We are also very fond of asynchronous communication. We use Slack a lot in our daily work. Actually, we use Slack more than emails. We had a very nice talk yesterday by Consultantul Cristi about emails. We don't write so many emails at Adsys, but we use Slack. And for example, for me as a manager, it's very important that everyone uses Slack as a collaborative tool. Like I try to avoid any private discussion on technical topics, like any one-to-one, and move all those discussions on the team channels, the technical channels, so that everyone in the team is informed, is involved, can grow if he wants to. And I know it sounds like context switching. Some developers will say so, but it's actually a way to grow, and it's actually more natural than being part of onboardings, meetings, that sort of stuff.
Sure.
So it's working for us. The remote way of working, it's efficient right now.
Super. Thank you. Can you tell us something about I don't know, maybe innovations or projects that the company is working on right now?
Yeah, we have a lot of projects. As I told you, it's a very diverse domain. Not sure if I told this, but it's not an outsourcing company. It is a product company. And I think this is very important. I've been to several outsourcing companies, and I can tell the difference, because this means we own the products. We have also the backend systems that run everything, but we also have a product suite for podcast creators, for publishers, for advertisers. Like there is a different product for everyone. And due to this big portfolio of products, also the challenges are a lot. These days, we are very excited about our upcoming partnership with Apple Podcasts, for example, because we started as the digital leader for audio advertising, but since audio shifted towards video, we also entered into this domain. And maybe if this podcast will land on Apple Podcasts in a month or two, and you will want to monetize it with ads, it might be that those ads will be inserted by Adsys. We are very excited because it's the biggest, most recent partnership with a very big name in the industry. We also had a very exciting partnership with YouTube, and the content creators which manage their podcasts to our products can push their videos directly to YouTube from our platform. We also have some exciting projects regarding satellites in the United States, because some years ago it felt impossible to serve personalized ads for those listeners hearing through satellite because you didn't have a lot of information about them. But today it seems possible, and we are trying to actually personalize those ads, even if they are served from satellite. And by this, I mean, maybe it's important to say that Adsys as a company doesn't know your name, your address, details about your kids or something like this. It just uses that information which is safe from a privacy perspective, like where you are, because you might be moving and maybe you are interested in what's around you. It uses maybe some data from your phone regarding the domains you are interested in, like if you are interested in live conferences versus interested in cars, things like that. So the idea is not to be annoying, but to actually help you with the topics you really care about. Yeah. And yeah, that's exciting. There are a lot of other projects also regarding, I don't know, how well you measure what you delivered, because of course, the guys who pay some money to get their ads delivered to the audience are interested in the results. I mean, okay, I spent this money, but was it effective? So we have a lot of projects in this domain. Sometimes it's also a lot of mathematics or algorithms, things like that.
It sounds like you're never getting bored.
That's really true.
It's a lot of.
Yeah, that's really true. Even after 7 years in the company, I can say that there are a lot of things I wasn't exposed to yet. Also, let's say we have a lot of colleagues which are in the company for an impressive number of years. Sometimes I say that it's easier to find someone who is in the company for more than 5 years than someone who is 1 year old because they tend to stay. And there might be also a tendency of moving from one team to another. We have colleagues which do this because they find something new. It's like you stay in the same company with the same familiar people, but you get to experience other technologies, other frameworks, and other challenges. So yeah, it's huge from this point of view.
If we come back to this topic of people, I have one last question for you. What are some underrated skills that you think developers should develop nowadays?
Underrated. Well, I think it's not very much underrated because I attended some conferences yesterday and I heard a lot of discussions in this direction. Yesterday, I heard Conferința from the Java stage calling this skill like shifting left. He was talking about programmers who needs to shift left and no longer care so much about all the code details, but care more about the business. I would say the same, but I would frame it a bit different. I'm calling this like zooming out. And what this means, right now, of course, we are in this AI era where everyone uses AI to write at least a tiny piece of code, the annoying one. But even before this era, I think everyone who worked in a cross-team project, for example, especially as a manager, had this challenge of seeing that programmers are very focused on the details inside their component, and they have a very hard way translating those internal concepts into something that the other person can understand, even if he doesn't have the internal knowledge. And I was always saying that programmers should zoom out more, like to be able to explain to everyone, even to their grandma, what they are working on. And I think in this, in the future years where AI will be very used, programmers will really need to zoom out and improve their communication skills, let's say, and their ability to get the ideas out of their head and zoom out, translate them into something that AI agents will be able to understand, forget all the details and try to think more like a business analyst or someone who really wants to promote the business behind. Yeah. So zoom out from the code and from the details and really try to understand what you are building. And here I think it's quite easier in Adsys to do so compared to other companies because the business domain is very close to us. Like every one of us is exposed to music, to advertising. These are some concepts we can relate to. We are exposed to even outside work, so it gets easier than in other companies to do so, I think.
Thank you so much, Marina.
Thanks so much for having me. It was a pleasure.
For all the information and for sharing all of this and also all your enthusiasm.
Yeah, I was very enthusiastic about this whole conference.
Thank
you.
Bye. Bye.
And I believe we're back live. And I know you've said you've seen someone else do the lives, but I took over from Madalina. I'm the new Madalina. I'm Sorin, and I'm going to take care of the last 2 lives. But thank you so much for being with us as Cognizant and you, of course, Mihaela, before you're up on stage.
Yeah.
So I know emotions are running high right now because I know the AI stage is pretty much filled.
Yeah, I saw it seems like a big success. No pressure.
No pressure. Yeah. But thank you. I'm not going to take too much of your time because I know you want to be at the stage to get the vibe and everything. But you are a senior engineering manager at Cognizant, and I know your speech is going to be on AI for delivery teams.
Yes.
So not too many spoilers from that thing, but
no, not too many, but I think it will be interesting and valuable for everyone, not only for engineers. I target all the roles that are involved in the software development lifecycle. I have something to show them and demo them that I think they will be really valuable and help them get more benefits from working with AI.
That's really cool. And the first thing I wanted to ask you is, how do you support learning and development at Cognizant?
Yeah, so first of all, there are the programs that are mandatory. I guess in every company we have a very well-rounded performance management process. So everyone needs to go through courses. This year we have everything related to AI fluency, context engineering, plus objectives for each project adapted. And on top of what is recommended by the company, I support learning on an individual basis. I believe in show and tell. I tell my teams what I'm doing to advance in this area. For example, whatever I read interestingly, if I do a course, so I should try to lead by examples. And I'm hoping to be contagious, and more of the colleagues will join. Maybe they find something they think it's fascinating, like I did.
Yeah.
So I try to keep it engaging and not like something that you have to do, but maybe something you might enjoy doing.
So that's really cool. It's a lot of interaction and just sharing really what you think it's cool right now. And regarding that, right next to us is the car from Back to the Future, the DeLorean. Yeah, people can't see it, but if you join here, you can see it. But if you go back in time, what advice would you give yourself? I mean, or what career advice would you like someone to have given yourself back then?
Yeah, I thought about that, and it's not as much as an advice, but it would have been nice to know a while back that everything I learned and experienced and accumulating along the way in the past, let's say 20 years in my case, it will turn out to be very valuable now when you work with AI, because every extra experience that you might have beyond strictly engineering, now you can really put it to work, and you can do more roles at once if you're interested, augmented by AI. So personally, I feel grateful for all the experiences that were not IT related. For example, law, legislation, I don't know, politics, learning, anything that caught your interest at some time. Now is the time to put it into practice, and it's like everything comes together like a big puzzle. Put some AI on top, and you might find some very interesting things.
I mean, that's brilliant, because a lot of us have this feeling like, why should I learn this? When am I going to use this? But
you get to combine everything that you went through, and now strictly the execution, the engineering process is not a blocker anymore. So, for example, 3 years ago, maybe I had an idea for an interesting application, POC, anything really, and I would have been stuck or blocked because I didn't know how to code, for example. I didn't have the resources. But now you can put into practice maybe everything you dream of.
That's so cool to hear. And I know things are changing really fast, especially on the tech stage. And yeah, as I've said, it's huge right now. But how are you at Cognizant preparing for these changes and everything evolving so fast, and the future?
Oh, there are so many things happening. So first of all, I say the Cognizant invests a lot in learning. So all the employees have many programs to choose from for their career paths. You're not stuck in an area, so you can jump from any technology to the other. Plus, Cognizant, I think, hires a lot of Gen Z. So they are kind of counter trend, if you want, because people or companies are afraid of hiring juniors.
Yeah.
But here, not at Cognizant apparently, because they hire Gen Zs by the thousands. And I think it's good, especially because they're not strictly IT related. Like I said before, they will come with diverse backgrounds.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe history, medicine, and so on.
Right. So you can expand right now on the hires.
If you go, context is not made only by IT. So the more diverse the experience and the points of view, the better. Plus, I know they have they invested in an AI lab, and they come up with a lot of patterns, and they invent a lot of stuff. Internally, before selling to the clients, they Cognizant develop agents. Or organization is being agentified as we speak, because they want to show first internally that we have a return on investment, that we have gains before going to the clients. I would say also something close to my heart, they invest in responsible AI. So not only that we learn about AI, but we also learn how to use it and develop responsibly, and many other things.
I mean, that's so brilliant. That would have been my next question. I mean, how do you see the role of developers evolving in the future? It's not going to be, you've said, just tech people. Can be more diverse a bit.
This is a touchy subject.
Yeah.
I bet you'll get different answers from different people, and I don't have a crystal ball or anything, but the way I see it will matter more if you have system thinking, if you think in architecture, in the orchestrating area. So instead of being, I mean, you can still be a specialist and focus on a narrow niche, but the way I see it, the broader your interest and your ability to orchestrate architect systems, I think the better it will be. Old school IT will still be valuable. You still need to know the principles. You still have to be able to understand what the AI does for you, but you need to expand your horizons. I am curious to see as well. I don't know where it goes.
As a thing, a lot of people said exactly that. I mean, a lot more people can code. It's only going to be difficult a little bit in debugging at the end.
Yeah, but I think we'll find solutions to whatever comes our way. Those solutions will not be valid for a long time. I mean, I found a solution last month. This month it's not working, so I have to think of something else. So that brings me to the fact that we need to be adaptable. Regardless of the role, we have to be flexible, malleable, willing to learn new stuff.
That's brilliant. I know you have to be up on the stage pretty soon, but I have a final question for you.
Sure.
A key takeaway you hope attendees will get from your keynote.
Yeah. My keynote is focused on the idea that the teams that will get the most out of AI will be the teams that invest in their context. And context is infrastructure, and we need to treat it as such. And this is the point I'm going to make on stage.
That's brilliant. Thank you so much for being here with us. And thank you, Cognizant, again for supporting the lovely DevTalks, because without them, we would not be here, or we would be really small. Again, thank you. And I'm going to see you on the stage and everyone else in about 20 minutes with another interview.